Strap yourself in, guys. We've got something really special for you today. We have been sent the Graneye. We're one of the first people to be sent it. You can see it on the screen up here as well. It is an AI scoring system, and me and Max are going to take you through everything you need to know from setting it up to plan on it. So stay tuned and enjoy this video. Let's have a closer look at the striking box that the Graneye come in. Silver, slides open, and I love this little message that it's got on it. If you have a look here, it says, "I am grateful to have found my way to you. Be the first to experience Graneye." I just think that that was a really nice touch, and it's really exciting. Obviously, there's loads and loads of stuff in the box, so I'm going to speed this section up. We're going to get it all out, and we'll go through each bit just to explain it a little bit more in detail. This is the main GRAN EYE unit, which of course is really important because it's where everything works from. There's quite a bit of stuff in the box, but we're going to go through everything that you need to know. So at the end of the video, hopefully all your questions have been answered. You've got the brackets, you've got them 3 echo units in there as well. They're very unique to the Granboard, and these are what make it works and register the darts. All the other bits of stuff like adhesive pads and all the things that you will need to make sure that you get a good fixing so that everything calibrates properly once you've set it up. There's a couple of different ways you can go about fixing your GRAN EYE up. We've decided to do it this way using the paper mount, but there's also a different way that you can use doing a bracket as well. We'll explain a bit more about that, but we felt if we do it this way, or you lost anything in particular, keep this mount because it's really important if ever you want to move it or put it in a different place in your house. You'll see that you need, first of all, to get it 2 meters from the floor, so make sure that you put it at this exact height because it's important and everything needs to work. This is the center point as well, and you'll see that there's other points that need to be marked out as well, which we're going to go through right now. We used a dart because we thought it would be the easiest thing to do to mark each point. So firstly, we're going to mark up here. Again, make sure it's so important that it is 2 meters from the floor before you do this. We're now going to mark out and put a little dot just in each of these brackets. So firstly, we're obviously starting over there with the left hand one. This is Max doing it while I'm doing the recording. Now going to put in the right hand camera brackets as well. You cannot afford not to have this at the right height because everything will go wrong. Now these are your little echo units. These are what are going to help register the darts. So again, this is really important that you get these in the exact position. The center point, as you can see, as I said at the start, is marked as well. So we've just got all the fixings in now and they're in place ready to go. As you can see down the right hand side here, there's a Graneye online manual. Just use your phone or whatever it is and scan it, and you can get all the details that you need from the setup there. It is definitely the way to go. So although you're watching our video, I would recommend doing it. As you can see, there's one with a guide paper and one with a guide sticker, and it will tell you exactly what you need to know. Anything, when we did have any problems, we just reverted back to that, and it really did help us. Next, we're going to use the adhesive labels and put them on all the brackets, and also of course on the echo units as well, so they're all ready to go up on the wall. As you will see here, Max has already marked these out. As you know, we left the dart in, and it's really important that you get these dead in the center point. I think there is a little bit of movement, it says in the instructions, if you are just a tad out, so bear that in mind. But obviously you want to be getting them in the center because this is where they register the dart and you do all your calibration and everything at the end. So we're going to put all these units in now so that they're all in place. Make sure that they're really well stuck down and you get them right, because you cannot pull them off if you want to move them, as we found out. Once they're all stuck on, there's a little cable tie that you can use as well, which is really handy because it stops wires from going everywhere. Again, it's self-adhesive and it's got a sticky bit, so you can just move that across and keep them all in place. There's 2 of these. There's one, as you can see, just below the dart bracket where we put, and one here as well. I told Max, make sure you get this right because I hate wires everywhere. I like keeping everything really nice. Next, we're going to get the brackets. Of course, there is just 2 of these. As you see at the start, we got these all marked out and ready, as Max is demonstrating now. Make sure again that you get these dead in the right place, because this is where the camera's going to come off, and need to make sure that it is on the board exactly as you need it. And then little self-adhesive brackets just go on there like that. Really simple. Now I'm going to put the other side one on as well. So we've now got both the left and right bracket on. Now we're going to screw them in just to make sure that they're fully supported. Both sides. And next we're going to slide the arm with the camera into the brackets. Simple. There we go. They're on both sides and it is ready to go. The brackets are on. Make sure they're sturdy and in place. Next we're going to put the little cable into each of the brackets so that they are going to be all ready when we switch the unit on. First right hand one. Now the brackets are on. We've got another little self-adhesive clip thing here what we're going to put on to keep the wires all neatly at the bottom of the board. Now these wires go into the GRAN EYE unit. Now it's really important that the GRAN EYE unit is actually 7 centimeters underneath the board. We actually had to put ours a little bit higher up because I've got a unit underneath and I needed to get my iPad in it on. So that is a little bit close, but you need to be around 7 centimeters. Otherwise it is going to be very tight up against your dart surround, as we found out, like I said. But sometimes if you've got something underneath, it just shows that you can go higher. That is just their recommendation, because if not, you're not going to have a lot of room to play with. The GRAN EYE goes into a bracket, which is really handy because that means that you can take it off and plug the 2 little camera leads into the unit itself, and you've got a lot more room. You can just check it underneath. Again, you can see now how close we were to my surround. So again, please make sure you go 7 centimeters under. However, as you can see, if you do need to, it can work nearer. Once it's back on the bracket and all your other leads are in, you can then plug the main lead in. Make sure that you have got electric near to this. This do come on quite a long lead. Fortunately, I've got electric because of my darts light and everything not too far away, and it was very easy access. But don't get caught out or you'll need an extension lead because it needs to go, of course, into electric at a nearby point. You will see once it's plugged in, the GranDarts will be flashing red. So that is pretty much the board and it all set up. Now your board and everything is set up, it is time to connect it through your app on your iPad or iPhone. So we're going to download the GranDarts app and we're going to sign up as you do as a first time user. You'll get a verification code, which is very straightforward, that you'll need to put in. There you go, you can see it's verifying it now. And in this section you can put in your darts player name, you can upload your avatar, and also there's a GRAN ID. Again, that can just be like Darts Planet or whatever you want to be. So make sure you fill both them out and obviously register that it's a steel board that's going on, and then literally just click the create button. Make sure you allow everything because it's really important that you do so, and you'll get the main menu, and we're going to talk you through the next steps now. You then click onto the 3 dashes and you go to device settings, click onto the GRAN EYE. This is all really straightforward, and then start the initial setup. Please turn on the base unit, make sure that you've got that on, it says, which of course we have at that time, and make sure that it's also flashing green before we go to the next step. You want to make sure that it's on 2.4 gigahertz, it don't work on 5. Just make sure again that the GRAN EYE has turned solid green before you tap next. Then see a little QR code, and you need to make sure that you scan both the right and the left hand camera with this to activate them. I did it on my iPad, but you're going to be a lot better if you do this with your phone. Obviously I was holding the iPad up there, it was really clumpy and it was very difficult to do. So again, put it onto your phone. We then go to the setup and just confirm that all the numbers and everything, as you can see in the image there, match up. This bit is really important. You need to make sure there's a little focus camera, as you can see there. It's important that you get it in focus on both the left and right hand camera. There's a little clip of me doing it, so that, because obviously if it doesn't focus, it's going to be very difficult for it to register. Very straightforward though, worked an absolute dream and didn't take long. Select the manufacturer that you're using, the dartboard. We've obviously got the Unicorn one on here, and then you've got to start your left hand camera calibration. Again, it will take you through this, and you'll see there's different points on there. You just need to make sure that each point on the right hand side is matching up on the board. You will see it flashing. So you just say, obviously if it's wrong, then you need to correct it. But if it's right, you just say correct. You'll see we're going around the board now. Everything is in place. So that is basically starting on the left hand camera calibration. Once that is all done, you will then have to do the right hand one. And again, it will ask if all the numbers and everything are in place and exactly where they should be. Very, very simple. If there's any issues, it is so easy to correct. We had a play about. It's so basic to set up. There you go. So we're now going to start that right-hand camera calibration, like I said before, exactly the same as the left-hand side. Make sure that everything matches up. If you get to this part and it doesn't, it will ask you to redetect, which I wanted to show you, and you can keep pressing it and it won't work. You have to start the calibration again on that particular camera. We did notice once that it didn't save, so we went back and we had to put them in. But again, it fixed itself really, really quickly. And here we are just showing the numbers with the dots again. You can pinch and zoom in, which is really handy to make sure it's spot on. And if it isn't, you can use the little arrows to go left, right, up and down and set it. There's 4 steps on both of these. As you can see, we're making sure that they go in now. The issue we had the first time it didn't detect was actually on the last one, which I think you'll see in a minute, was actually missing on the 5 and 20. As you can see, there was nothing there at all. And obviously that is one of the main bits that you're throwing on the dartboard. So we went in, we pinched, we zoomed in, we put a little dot there and we set it. And then after that, when we pressed it, the complete button, everything collaborated perfectly. Next, you have to start the AI test. Once you've done this, it is going to search for the very best one. So this only spun a little while for us. If it spins a minute or 2 minutes, I don't think it matters. It is just trying to find the best one. We were lucky enough, the Pro one was working, so we just left it on that. If it's on the light or basic, I would imagine it's going to give you the best one that is available. We just pressed next. There you go. So that was now completed. It then said that there was a couple of updates to do. We tried to do them. It didn't actually update them because I believed that they were actually already done. So there we go. The Graneye, according to this, is now set up. We're back in the main menu there. There's loads of different settings and bits that you can look at. But what we want to do, most importantly, is have a look at the home page. So let's go back to that. There's loads of different options in the main menu, which we're going to cover another time, from party games to cricket and all sorts. But what we want to do in this video, most importantly, is play a 501 game. So I'm adding Connor as an opponent and we're getting straight into it. So this is our first look. Don't expect any great darts in this at all, because as you know, me and Connor are not the best players, but it's something that we really enjoy. And this is going to make our darts evening so much fun, especially when we have people and friends round, and many of us aren't the best accountants as well. It is so accurate. Now, there has been a couple of times when it hasn't registered right, but it is very, very simple. You just have to click the little 3 dashes at the top, go to reverse row, and you touch on the dartboard, whatever the score, and it's put it right. There was a time as well, which we also noticed when we was playing the other night. Now, we live out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the country. Wi-Fi here is a nightmare. There is some days when it's only about 20 to 30 speed. On a really good day, we might get up to 40. Now, you do need to make sure that your internet is really good, because if not, you will get a little message at the top. There's lots of us in the house here, and some of the kids were streaming in the other rooms on the computer and their phones, and we got a little message at the top saying that I think it was the right hand camera was struggling to connect and display rightly due to a weak signal. So it is important. So if you've got a lot of you on the Wi-Fi and you do struggle with it, you might have issues, but most people don't have that in the not nowadays. It's just us sleepy country people that are still miles behind sort of modern times. But even with our speed at sort of 20 to 30, we found it worked really well. And it was just a joy to be able to chat and not worry about putting a score in and letting the system do it for you. I know there's like different ones out there, but this is the first time that I've used anything like this. And the setup for it was so easy, and me and Connor could just concentrate on well, as you can see, our scoring's not great, but we had a lot of fun doing it. Here I am on 190, hitting a nice little 85 there, leaving myself 105. Connor's back on 242. Pressure's on. As you can see down in the bottom right underneath the dartboard as well, it actually registers each one. One thing what I want to tell you, which is so important, do not throw before the red line goes on you, because it will miss the first dart and it will show the second and third one, and then you will have to go back and do it again. So as you'll see, it switches over now to Connor. He is now on there. He will have his 3 darts. a couple of times we was a little bit hasty. I'm a quick thrower and it didn't pick up my first dart. So you see, just wait a minute or a few seconds, 79. Go on to red. I'm left on 79. Let's see if I can take this out. Treble 13, boom, that is straight in. Can I take tops out to win it? No, missed that one. 44. And I have now left myself, as you can see there, 35. That is what I'm now on. Connor is back on 172. 60. Nothing for him, leaving himself 112. Can I take 35 out? 39. You bet I can. I'm going this way. Went for 3 16s, missed that. So I ended up 17, leaving myself double 9. And there we go. And as you can see, it comes up game shot in the match with my little celebration. This is the menu at the end. It's really good. It shows you all your stats and everything that you need to know. So there you have it, guys. I hope that you really enjoyed the video that me and Max have done for you on the Graneye. We both loved it. We've tried to make it informative. If you've got any questions at all, please pop them in the comments and we'll get back to you. This comes in at about €299. So you're looking at about 240, 250 quid. It's definitely going to make waves in the darting world. As always, a massive thank you to Graneye for sending us it to review and for all your support. Don't forget to subscribe and turn the notifications on, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.